earlier this year when talking about the subject that I'm not going to really say the name, but yes, there was this person who I said, I have to get over you, and that it's for my own health. Believe it or not, you are healthier when you don't focus on that person, but it doesn't happen just because you say so. And if it does, either you're blessed or cursed, because that means you probably can't authentically experience a lot of emotions. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. But let me just get to it. Welcome to today's p+log. By the way, this being one of my more experienced p+logs compared to the ones that I've done before, I'm beginning to realize that, and it's probably been obvious because I don't follow the rules that I said from like p+log number 2 or p+log number, not 9, but the 119 maybe, where I talk about school being out and how I can't be eating while I'm making a p+log. Yeah, those rules are, they're there to help me communicate better to you. But there are some rules that I make just because I want to guard myself. And one of the first rules that I made, which was a p+log number 2, I made the rule that I need to plan my p+logs, that they have to be private, and who knows what else. There's a third P. Who cares? The point is these are how p+logs should be. P+logs should not be planned. I mean, I'm just gonna speak from the heart, because I think there's something to learn here. And even if I was to change, if things weren't to be the same, it's something I learned at this moment in time. There's still a big truth underneath it all, but as for me, subjectively, I have to share what's been happening. So right now I have this journal, and I could read it, but I don't know if I will. It's an entry from September 11th. Well, September 12th. The night that it happened was September 11th, but I slept over at a Denny's, so I wrote in more detail on September 12th. So, yeah. It was just a moment where I was feeling really nostalgic, was really missing somebody, and it just has to do with how people can be, and that's just the type of impression he left on me. And that's all I'm gonna say, it's he. And then again, today in class and even yesterday, once again, I mean, you could say it's personalities, or you could say it's appearances, but for me, it's really like the personality. And I wrote it in my other journal, and I could get that, but I'm not. But what I wrote about was, let me get it. So I have the urge to always prove myself. Give me a second because my phone is recording. Okay. Okay. Laundry, they're calling. And I have laundry. So it's a call for me. But I'm not going right now. Yeah, I have this big pimple. Anyways, I'm in CNA class, believe it or not. Because I need a job. I need money, you know. Philosophers, They don't pay themselves, at least not right now. But I'm in CNA class and I keep a diary. And as of yesterday, I've begun to notice things about somebody that really reminded me of this person that I miss. And the funny thing is I was actually thinking about them because of some plans I have. Okay, this is going to be on private, so I can say what it is now because it's not going to affect me once this goes on private. It'll be in the past, this event. There's this charity that's really like I don't know really what to call it because I don't know much more of what they do as of now. I want to go meet them in person so I can ask those questions myself. But there's this organization called American Public Philosophy Institute. They are located in Dallas right now, and they're going to have a dinner on the 7th of February next year, 2019. And I plan to go in this really fun dress that I think is just really cute. I don't know if they're going to have my size by the time I have money, but I really want that dress and I would love to wear it. And anyways, the point is when I realized that this dinner would be in Dallas and it would be something involving my skill, my path, my career path, you know, I was like, how fun would it be if I went with, you know, this guy? And I just had a bunch of mixed feelings in that moment. And I don't think I really dealt with it. But yeah, I think that may have been the reason why it's coming more so, the feelings when I see this kid in class, who's not a kid, by the way, he's a grown man. But it's just his personality and even some of his life story just really reminds me of this other kid. And then on top of that, this kid still has the same profile picture. As of now, it's been more than a year. I don't know if I'm reading too into this, and I probably am. But that's how it's been with that kid. We don't communicate so much. The only other time we communicated was in September. And it was a really good phone call. Hearing his voice was almost unbelievable. Thought I don't know, it just didn't feel real. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I'm gonna go take a nap. Another thing I wanted to talk about was how it's things like this that are the reason why I don't listen to a lot of music. Especially my favorites even, like Jackson 5. I love the Jackson 5. But I don't like to listen to them when I'm in a mood like this. Or Queen. You know, Queen is very much about wanting love, you know. And so is Jackson 5. Lately, listening to Avril Lavigne has been good. It's been really good for me. She's very self-empowering. She does not see love as a need, but more of a want. And by love, I mean love of a romantic relationship. I know she knows love is important, but she's not one to compromise for the sake of some form of love. A low version of it. She's very idealistic in that way, so I've really appreciated listening to her, especially Under My Skin, my favorite album by far. But yeah, I can't listen to Jackson 5, but today, the song Maybe Tomorrow came, It's tragic.